Gerberas are very popular flowers these days. Most of you will have seen them in the supermarket as cut flower or as houseplants to grow on the windowsill. And increasingly you'll hear about them as a garden plant. The variety Gerbera garvinia in the sweet series is proving quite hardy. But if you are buying a plant, and even more so buying a bunch of flowers, look in the centre of the flower, because if they're young there'll be just a very small circle of opening female flowers in the middle, and then as they age it becomes domed and brown, and so these won't last anywhere near as long as the young ones. And when it comes to the garvinia, once the flowers start to fade, as this one has done, we don't cut them, we just bend and twist a bit to snap them out like that. If you're actually snapping some out to arrange it in water indoors, then you still do it the same way, but cut that end piece off so that it takes up the water much more easily. Now, the other thing, of course, if you have them in containers, is watering. If you come home after a day or two away and see plants like this, just check the weight. This one is very light, and if I take it out, you can see the compost is very light in colour and very dry. They can, however, wilt like this if you overwater them. I don't have one that's overwatered, although this one is very wet, and if I take it out of the pot, you can see the compost is very much darker, heavy and wet. The root's still alive, so it's fine. It just needs to be left without being watered for a day or two, until when you pick it up the weight is light, and that indicates that it wants watering again. Now, if you want to get the best from the sweet series of hardy gerbera, then plants like this, and the one that I've just taken out, can be repotted, and the easiest way to do that is to repot the empty pot in what I describe as an upside down sandcastle. If you haven't got the pot quite square, you can tip it out and do it again without any damage to the plant. And once you've got the hole in the position and the size you want, then it can be just dropped neatly into the hole, and there it is, away to go. Way to grow, I should say. There is one little problem, not a serious one, and that's called leaf miner. A little tiny insect tunnels through the leaf. Not the end of the world, but can be a bit disfiguring, and if you turn the leaf upside down you can actually see the little creature there, and by far the best means of control is to just nip it with your thumb, and that will stop that. They are fantastic plants, and the garvinia series, for example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 flowers on that one plant. And if I was to pick them, then in 10 days or so there would be another half dozen or more flowers, and they'll keep flowering right through to November. If you want to overwinter them, well then they can't be very wet in heavy soil. If they're in free draining soils or in a pot close to the wall of the house where they have a bit of protection, then they'll stand to -12. But if they're in heavy clay and it's wet and we get a tough winter, like me, they don't like that.